Hey everybody, let's talk about Vindicators for the NES. This is one of those black Tengen cartridges. This only came out as one of the unlicensed Tengen games. Similar, possibly you have a copy of Tetris, or Pac-Man, or Gauntlet. Those are some of the more, easy to get, very readily available Tengen games. That black and gold cartridge. Anyway, Vindicators only came out as an unlicensed game, because Nintendo would only give out like one license a year, and Tengen was like, let's release all the games in 1999 or 1989 and then get sued. Anyway, regardless, fact is, this is one of those games. It's a little tank game, and simple controls. If you push up and down, that's your forward and back, and then the arrow keys direct the tank which way to turn. It's a little bit finicky at first, but eventually you get very used to it, and getting around is no problem. If you press the A button, then you are shooting. If you press the B button, that is your specials when you have such things, heat-seeking shots and whatnot, and the like. Anyway, so the controls are nice and simple, and it moves pretty well. It took me a minute to get used to it, and then I was off and running, and, it was no trouble whatsoever. So, this also has some roguelite-ish elements, what we would call them today, in that in between rounds you are improving your tank. You collect stars that are either dropped by enemies or just lying on the ground, and you upgrade your tank, and you get better and better as you go into the later and later levels of the game. So, it's got that interesting element. You can continue up to 3 times, and there are boss battles. It's a nicely little fleshed out game. Plenty of fun to be had. It is definitely a hidden gem for the NES because it's a fun game. I've always loved tank type games because in the 1980s they were giving us a lot of military, like pro-military build-up type stuff in the form of G.I. Joe and other like very militaristic fun Cold War era, Reagan era type of business. So yeah, it was all about that kind of stuff, and I loved tanks, like army tanks. I thought were so cool, and so tank games just have a special place in my heart. So for this one, I am going to go a 7.5 out of 10 on the Cheat Commandos figures. It's a whole thing. I explained it in a longer video, but you chose to watch the short one, didn't you? Well, now the short one's done, and you can go back to your life of tick-tocking and locking and popping, or whatever it is you do. Just kidding. I have no contempt whatsoever. I'm just glad people watch the videos, So watch the long one, watch the short one. Does not matter to me. I'm just glad people are watching, and I hope you're enjoying the games. So anyway, have a great one. Thanks for being here for this one. I will see you in the next one. Okay, bye.